1970. There's Aunt. Look at that. Angie there with next to Marjorie.
Holding her hand. Everybody was holding hands except Caryn.
There's Caryn. She seemed shy to take hold of her younger brother's hand.
Cute.
It was a beautiful day. Everybody's having fun.
Now we're up in Cleveland. Let me take this. That's Davy's wife and Leo's wife over there. There were two sisters. There's Leo on the crutches. He had cancer of the toe. Died 5 or 6 years after these movies were taken. He was the president of Winslow Manufacturing, Max Price's boss, his younger brother. And these are the Price family, and there's Leona. And there's Davy. Is Davy still in Cleveland? I don't know anything about Davy. There's Leo, putting on his act, he and Max. And now we are in Germany. These were the first movies taken in Germany. There's Michael with his cowboy hat and his favorite sweater. Mrs. Moulliet getting into the Volkswagen van that we rented for the first month while we were waiting for our Volvo station wagon to show up. Mrs. M helping Marjorie in the car. I think we're in front. In fact, we might have been picking up the Volvo station wagon this day. I think we're in Frankfurt, and we probably are on our way now to Switzerland following Lars Jendeberg. I'm not sure. No, this is that town north. This is it's just north of Stuttgart. There's some beautiful gardens, and I don't remember the name of this place, but it's a beautiful place. It's called Ludwigsburg. Thank you very much. And there's the sign. You remember Ludwigsburg and the gardens there, Mike?
I can't say that I do, Dad.
Oh, Mike, it's beautiful. We'll have to go back there someday. Lovely gardens. And behind this building was a children's park. Children's, like a petting zoo, yeah.
There's the Rolls Royce.
There's the Regensburg. Mrs. Moulliet. There's the gardens I was talking about. Beautiful gardens in the French tradition. Louis XIV. Some of the castles around Germany. That might have been the Nekar. The Nekar River. We took a trip down there a few times on boats. Remember those boat rides we take down the Nekar? Some great scenes. This is reel number 17, by the way. We have now recorded. Oh, there's a zoo, and there's some great zoo scenes in the Stuttgart Zoo here. This is where we met. What is that guy's name? He visited us in Boca Raton a few times. Had dinner with us. Not Werner Joe. There he is right there. What is that guy's name? That big heavy guy.
Mr. Shirk. Steve Shirk.
And his wife. He had a beautiful wife. Oh, what was his name? We were planners together for 2 years in Germany. He stayed in planning. Was a very tough guy. He had war stories of shooting down the Americans that were parachuting over behind the lines at the end of the war. Michael, I'm going to let you take over now because this is your movie.
Thanks, Dad. It's great to be here again. Here we see the famous nativity scene at the Germany Zoo.
Sigfried Koehler, that's who that is. That big heavy guy visited us in Boca is Sigfried Koehler, right behind Michael's hat. That white stomach belongs to Sigfried Koehler. Next to him is his wife.
Ah, those were the days. To be a kid again. To laugh often. Brief intermission there by the German castle in Germany. This is not Waldenbuch. There's Caryn and the two boys, Tom and Mike. This is a majestic scene from Mill Site.
This is the Stuttgart Tower looking up to the revolving restaurant that we'd go to periodically. Take the kids and Mrs. Moulliet. Big park setting. There's another view of it. The same tower stepping back a few paces. There was a skating rink around that. This is a visit to one of the many, many lovely church scenes and cathedrals of Germany. This might be Ulm, I'm not sure, but does that look like the Ulm Cathedral to you, Mike?
It certainly is, Father. That is the Ulm Cathedral in Germany.
Oh, look at the little guys. Yeah, look at the big building. English Tudor style in Germany. Probably German Tudor style, they'd probably call it. Kids going down into the dungeons. Watch out, Caryn! Watch out, Michael, Tommy, Margie! Don't get hurt down there! And beautiful flower boxes in the windows. And this is the Nekar River. This might be the Nekar River trip. And it is. It's the Nekar River trip. Boat trip. Doesn't she? I always thought that myself. Little Margie with her moms. Those are the, not the dikes, the locks. The locks are filling up with water now. The Nekar, I think, had about a dozen locks. That's fast motion. It doesn't fill that rapidly, of course, but a little trick photography that Michael showed me how to do. This is Stuttgart. It's about a 1 or 2 hour trip. Those are the locks closing behind us as we take off on our trip. 1970 Volvo with the roof rack. To the right? Yeah, that was Lars Jendeberg. Oh, now we're on our trip to Italy for 2 weeks. We followed Lars Jendeberg down to Germany. Down through Germany to Italy, went through Switzerland. We picked up our Volvo and we left about 3 or 4 days later.
Switzerland, we got it?
No, we got it in Germany. We went through Switzerland to Italy for 2 weeks. Sorry for that confusion, Michael. In fact, this might have been where we picked up the car now, finally. I think we may have gotten the Volvo now. Here is the boat. The Vaterland is fatherland. Michael knows all these German words. Little windy day in Germany. We probably just came off the water there. Another cathedral. This might be Stuttgart. Beautiful scenes. You want to put on some background music here? Any of this appropriate for background? You got any tapes that might be appropriate? Any cuts on there? Oh, look at this scene. We stopped and shot this. We were still sort of amazed, being new Americans, to the sight of Germans. Whoops, Michael, take this, please. It's still recording.
It's still recording.
Worms. Heidelberg. Heidelberg. Our old town of Heidelberg. Oh, this was fun. This is where Mrs. Moulliet got lost, and we found her in the church sitting there waiting for us. We wandered one way, and she was looking in the church, and then she wandered another way, and for about an hour, we lost our 70-year-old grandmother. In fact, this might have been a lost scene right here. We might have been looking for her while she was sitting in that church waiting for us, writing postcards. Hotel de la Paix, what are we? No, this is still Germany. Caryn with a couple missing teeth. That might have been Sigfried Koehler's kid. I think we made a trip out into the country with them. This is where there's a custom of eating asparagus, white asparagus in Germany. We ate that in Heidelberg. You remember that, Mike?
Sure do, Dad.
Hey, how about that? Okay, I'm going to put a hold on this. Basel, Bern, all the street signs, Zurich. And there's Lars Jendeberg, Swedish guy. This must be on our trip now. I think we're finally on our trip to Italy. And this is Switzerland. We're going through Bern or... no, that looks like Zurich, actually. Or Lausanne. Could be Lausanne. I think we stopped for a few hours there and did some sightseeing around the lake. Swans. Had lunch. Then we drove down and had a wonderful dinner, Italian dinner, north of, or on the outskirts of Milan. Spent the night there before we went into, it's not Pinot Noir, it sounded something like that was the name of the place we stayed in Italy. And this is where the princess of a small